So.
Next up is our COTC update with Covington City Manager Regan Mold.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Do we have that available, or should I just go for it?
We will in just one moment.
I'll start. So as I think about the partnership that is this group, this Tri-Cities group, CLTC, the Southeast Area Legislative Transportation Coalition, I think is one of the greatest accomplishments of this partnership. I mean, it is just absolutely exceptional what we've been able to accomplish there. And this started in 2017. We're only 5 years away from when this group started. And Zach, I don't remember, he was our chamber board, Zach something. Right?
Zach Steele.
Thanks.
Yep.
So he came into me, he said, Regan, I want to do something more with the chamber than our monthly luncheons. I said, well, get into advocacy day. We need to get involved. He said, well, what aspect? I said, what about transportation? Let's start having the chamber be an advocacy for transportation, so it's not just our cities. And let me jump in here. So anyway, quickly, Maple Valley, Black Diamond, and your respective chamber joined with us. We started meeting in this room. We quickly added a whole bunch of more really integral, important partners, and really just started getting to work on this. We decided as a group, we need to be really singular focused on Highway 18. That's something we could do. We had partnerships up and down the corridor. And so we said, well, let's get to work with that. So Laura and I, as one of our first steps in 2018, we went up to Seattle, met with WashDOT. Is it WAS? Is it? It's WASH. All right, you were saying it different. So I'm like, do I say it wrong, Tammy? Okay. Anyway, you know what I mean. So we met with them. We said, listen, if our little group can get the funding, what's the cost? What do we need to know from you? Can you guys get on it? And they gave us information and said, if you get us the funding, we'll make it a priority, right? So that was really good. Over time, we had multiple meetings with legislators. We met with the House and Senate Transportation Committees multiple times. And then in 2019, we were awarded $26 million to purchase right-of-way and for design of that road. We thought that's a huge win. That's really great. Now we need to get to the next step. So in 2021, WashDOT selected an updated alternative design for that stretch between Issaquah Hobart Road and Raging River area. And they said, here's the elements it needs to include. So 2 lanes in each direction, a concrete median, right in, right out at Tiger Mountain here, roundabouts, fish passage improvements, and it's going to cost $640 million. So huge sticker shock, right? I mean, well, we can't go 640 million. So we know it has to be a transportation package. In the 2021 legislative session and this one, last year it started being talked about, a transportation package. We again met with every member on the Senate and House Transportation Committees. We testified, some of you helped testify at some of those hearings, and we did it again this year with that 640 million being our target goal. And then, as you all know, at this point, the Move Ahead Washington package included that $640 million in that package. And like I said at the beginning, this was just a grassroots, let's get our cities together and see what we can do to advocate for transportation funding. And to be able to walk out of this with close to $670 million 5 years later is just exceptional. I mean, it really just is amazing. A lot of you in this room have played a huge part in that. And so just thank you. Laura was instrumental in that as well. And so just a really wonderful team effort that I think needs to be applauded from this Tri-Cities group.
I just want to add that while we're down in Olympia, we heard over and over from the legislators that we are the model. Like if more communities got together and highlighted one priority instead of everybody coming for their own priority, that a lot more would get done in the state. So we definitely should be proud.
Yeah. And of course, a thank you to all the legislators who supported this, right? In each of our districts, they were awesome. So.
Yeah, I just want to recognize a former council member of ours, Linda Olson, who just passed away just very recently, who was a very integral member of CLTC, a real big advocate. Her years of working for Washtenaw proved, invaluable about the inner workings. And so I just want to mention her tonight. She was a dear friend and a much loved member of our council. And, we'll miss her. But I just wanted to bring her up tonight because she was so important on this. So thank you.
I have a logistical question then. So if it's right in, right out at Tiger Mountain, how far are we going to have to drive if people want to get to the Tiger Mountain summit? You have to go down and then turn around.
Yeah, it's on the report. I'd have to look
Okay.
at that. Do you remember for sure where
If you don't know
that's
off the
at?
top of
But
your head, that's
yeah,
fine. I just thought-
yeah. But it will be that.
You have to go down and turn around and back.
Or backed up.
No. So they're doing the interchange at I-90 first, and then do this.
Mhm.
You should be able to do it. You'll be able to.
Yeah, I don't think you have to go up that far.
Yeah,
though,
that's
to-
a long way.
Yeah, for this,
Oh.
that would be too far, so.
And that interchange involves the new kind of a blended new crossover.
Yeah,
Change
it
which
does.
diamonds.
Yep.
looks, yes, it looks complicated.
They're not, I've driven
But they're
on
very
one,
easy.
but yeah, once you do it once, you're like, oh, that's cool, so, yeah,
Where was that?
in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Just one in Lacey.
Yeah, there's one
That's
in
Lacey.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? Well, thank you, and thank you again for everybody that's been involved with the CLPC group and helping push this, like I said, Laura and Regan in the beginning, 2017, getting this going and getting all the other cities on board to get this accomplished, so, and chambers and all the other organizations. And the Snoqualmie tribe really leading that from the starts as well. With that, that concludes our agenda. Nice. We have 15 minutes for closing remarks. If council has anything that they desperately want to say tonight, I'll just go around. Will we leave you? Go ahead.
The thing I'm kind of sensing from all three cities is public safety. So I kind of want to recommend that maybe the mayors and city managers get together next couple of months and probably this fall. I know you guys have a subcommittee with the PSLC with less chairs. Would like them to have like a safety committee.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yes.
Get together sometime this fall and kind of see where the cities are. I know you start yours with our PSLC and kind of see what we're doing. So I don't even know what it looks like, but I'm kind of suggesting sometime this, this fall, maybe October or September, whenever the two of you and maybe your Benson can get together and kind of find that on the calendar.
It's a great idea.
Because you guys are going to start your budget, is that right?
Yeah, we're a couple of 3-4 meetings there.
So I kind of give you some time and then kind of send you this survey stuff. So kind of, and then next year, Tri-City, we'll probably have to, public safety will probably be a good conversation to have. So expected that we can put that in.
Anybody else?
Well, first, I just like to say, it was an honor to give the presentation tonight. Mayor Benson would have loved to have been here, but she had another previous engagement that she had to do. But off of what Sean just talked about, bringing the safety, having some sort of presentation here with all of our cities would be a good thing. We did that with our community centers, the directors, and I thought that was really good at bringing them in to highlight what they're doing and where their struggles are. So I think it would be good to have all of our cities come together and say, here's our struggles within our city on the safety issues. And then doing that, we could collaborate together and figuring out how to help each other with those issues.
So if we can't do a vote here, we can do a consensus. That's what I kind of want to work on a little bit.
Because this isn't a vote, only this is a vote, so.
I think that's somewhere in Robert's rules.
Yeah.
City manager just knows that the council.
Anybody else? Well, with that, thank you again all for being here tonight. It's always a pleasure getting together for our Tri-City meetings. I'm so glad that we started this 15 years ago. So I hope that you all have a very safe evening and may the 4th be with you.
How to answer that? Yeah, don't let other shirts.
Dana, we'll explain Star Wars today.
My girls were surprised I actually wore it.